The 9th and final episode of Season 1 of What If came out today, and I finally watched it. It is 9:36 at night, and just like I said in every single other review, I like the show enough to watch it. There's just no part of me that wants to rewatch it or anything, and I don't really get excited for episodes, but I was interested in this episode, and I have to say, it's definitely the best one yet, and spoiler warning as always. I mean, these are very short reviews. I barely even call them reviews. They're just my quick thoughts here, and I just talk about whatever I want that happened in the episode. So this is definitely the best one yet, I'd say. Well, actually, yeah, the best one of the first season. I don't really know how many seasons we're gonna get, but this was by far the best one, I think, at least my favorite, because it was just action-packed. I'm gonna be completely honest with this show. You could set up the stories, but the dialogue has fallen flat so many times. Like when we look at the Thor episode, and yes, of course I love Thor, and he is in this episode. He's much better in this episode because, yeah, they still play with the whole Thor joke, drinking, all this stuff, but it still worked in this episode because he had other characters to bounce off of, whereas in that episode it just felt like a child wrote it. But I like seeing some of the characters return. I also really like seeing Captain Carter, or Peggy, whatever you want to call her. I'm glad she came back because her episode, as I said in my first review of the first episode of the show, that was the episode I was most excited for, and it was very disappointing, as was most of the show, but oh well. But she was brought back here, and she was really good. I really loved her relationship, or friendship, whatever you want to call it, her dynamic, we'll say, with, what's her name? Natasha, there we go. I'm not gonna edit that. And then we get T'Challa back, we get Killmonger, we get Doctor Strange, and goddamn, Doctor Strange is so strong here. I really hope that they play with all this in Multiverse of Madness, because they set up all these characters. Gamora's back as well, and the Watchers here, and Thor, and everybody, as I said, and they call them the Guardians of the Multiverse, which I thought was like gonna be played off as a joke. And then it wasn't, and I was like, uh-oh. But still, you know what, this episode worked better than most of them, I would say, and probably all of them. There were other ones that were close, like the Zombies episode, or the Doctor Strange episode, or even the previous episode, but this one just felt like the most strong because all the action was great. There wasn't a single time where I noticed the dialogue being off at the mouth, which I've noticed in almost every single episode before. And I think the action really looked incredible too, like the drawings were cool. There was one thing when she stabs, who was it? It was, I think, Peggy, when she stabs the arrow into the eye, unless it wasn't, whoever it was, or, you know, when the arrow goes into Ultron's eye or whatever, it went like, don't, and like they changed the animation style for that, but it worked for me. And I thought the whole thing with Hydra coming back was pretty cool, but it was just an episode that really, you know, captured me and hooked me and brought me into this universe, and I liked, because a lot of these episodes I'm just sitting there like, oh my god, am I seriously putting myself through this? Again, they're not bad, they're well enough made for the most part. They're definitely weaker episodes in the show, but this one is definitely on the higher end. I think there's going to be like multiple seasons, so that's why I say season 1 finale or whatever. I know for sure this is the last one, and I like what they did. I like what they did with the references. There was definitely like a parallel with Peggy attacking people on a ship, just like in Captain America the Winter Soldier. I think that was cool. I mean, I just love Peggy, so I hope they continue to make her cooler and cooler and cooler, and I like seeing some of the returning characters come back, and I really loved what they did with Doctor Strange. He is so powerful. It is insane. But what did you think of this episode? Is it your favorite one of the show? Overall, the show was disappointing in my opinion, but some of the episodes were pretty good, like this one, the Zombies one, the Doctor Strange one. Those were my 3 favorite, actually, last week's, and then the Doctor Strange one, and then maybe the Zombies one. The Doctor Strange and Zombies one could swap back and forth, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Over and out.